I only climbed over a wall. Yet I knocked the school beauty, secretly adored by over 30 boys at school, to the ground, and stole her first kiss. I was so terrified, I ran for it. Because anyone who gets close to the school beauty gets thrown into the river by her bodyguards. I thought that would be the end of it. But the next day, she showed up with bodyguards and forced me into a car. Tonight's study session was crucial to me, so I absolutely could not be late. Otherwise, my scholarship for the semester would be gone. I checked the time. I had only 6 minutes left. At my current pace, being late seemed inevitable. Just then, my eyes landed on the wall along the school's west side, but it was far taller than I was. I swallowed hard. Getting up that wall would be easy enough, but getting down would be another matter. If I injured an arm or leg in the fall, it would not be worth it. But after hesitating for only seconds, I steeled myself. I gritted my teeth. Forget it. I was doing it. No matter what, I could not be late tonight. So, I rolled up my sleeves, took a few steps back, drew a deep breath, and sprinted forward. Then I launched myself into the air. There was a dull thud. My whole body landed on someone warm. At the same time, my lips were suddenly hit by waves of a strange, stinging, numb, itchy sensation. When I opened my eyes, a face was inches from mine. So close, I could almost feel her breath. And mortifyingly, my lips were pressed against hers. Oh, I'm sorry. I hurriedly raised my head, staring wide-eyed at the figure beneath me. I froze for a moment, then I froze again. You're the school beauty, Mikai. The girl shot me an irritated look. Then get the hell off me. I'm sorry. My face burned with embarrassment. I scrambled off her in a panic. This kid looks pretty dumb. He just forced a kiss on me. What if his stupidity rubs off on me? Mikai frowned. What's your name? Climbing over the school wall. Do you know you broke school rules? I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. School beauty. Please forgive me. I've got things to do. So I'm leaving. Seeing the school beauty blaze with anger, I was terrified she would report me. With that, I took off running. You little brat. Don't think you can escape. An angry roar sounded behind me. I ran even faster. The school beauty watched my retreating figure with a dark expression. Her teeth ground together. You little brat. You're dead. I trembled through evening study hall, but no one came looking for trouble before it ended. I quietly breathed a sigh of relief, thinking about today's disaster. I silently congratulated myself. Good thing I was quick-witted. I never told Mikai my name. If the school beauty reported me to the principal, I would be finished. Not only would I lose my scholarship, I might even be singled out and criticized before the whole school. Just thinking about it was terrifying. I would never take such a reckless risk again. I'd rather run faster and use the front gate. I would never climb the school wall again. After school the next day, I packed my books and left the classroom. As I reached the corner, I saw a girl walking toward me. I jumped. Wasn't that Mikai? Remembering yesterday, I guiltily looked away. Just my luck. Of all people, I ran into her again. Then I raised my books, hiding half my face. I only hoped Mikai would not notice me. Senior me. A handsome-looking boy brushed past me and walked over to Mikai. Senior me. This is for you. Please accept it. The boy's face reddened as he presented a heart-stickered envelope with both hands. To Mikai. No way. Could that be a love letter? The school beauty really was the school beauty. She certainly had charm. Yet Mikai did not acknowledge the boy at all. Expressionless, she walked right around him and continued toward the school gate. I gave the boy a sympathetic look, but he was neither angry nor upset. Instead, he gazed adoringly at her retreating figure. I shook my head. I couldn't understand such shameless, lovesick devotion. After watching Mikai leave the gate, I finally turned and headed out to. An imposing Maybach was parked outside the gate. Mikai stood beside it, as if she were waiting for someone. Senior me. Are you waiting for me? Fang Yuan frowned slightly. A faint smile curved Mikai's lips. She pointed to another car nearby. Your driver has been waiting for you. Fang Yuan looked confused. Senior me. Who are you waiting for? At that, Mikai furrowed her lovely brows. Me. I'm not waiting for anyone. I just wanted to stand here and enjoy the breeze. Then she looked toward the school wall, looking deep in thought. Fang Yuan knew she was brushing him off. He pursed his lips, then turned and got into his car. I had been quietly watching them from inside the school gate. Once Fang Yuan got in his car and left, Mikai was still waiting by the gate. I had no idea what she was doing. Of course, I did not believe her nonsense. That nonsense about enjoying the breeze. If she really wanted fresh air, why not go up a mountain? I only hoped the school beauty was not waiting for me. After secretly watching for a long time, the school beauty still would not leave. But I could not wait any longer. I had to tutor a girl who had just started middle school. After thinking it over, I lowered my head, trying to draw as little attention as possible, and hurried past the car. "Hey, stop right there," Mikai shouted so loudly, I nearly wet myself. What is it? I kept my head down as I faced her, too scared to even look at her. Mikai's lips curled into a sly smile. "What are you afraid of? I'm not a tiger. I won't eat you." Mikai then crooked a finger at me. "Come here. Let me see what you're holding." "It's nothing." I looked down at my lesson notebook. Could this notebook be what she meant? What was so interesting about a notebook? She was really strange. "Excuse me, move aside." Someone suddenly rushed up from behind, bumping into me. My lesson notebook fell to the ground. Just as I bent down to pick it up, he stepped right on it. Then he charged straight toward Mikai. Seeing my dirtied lesson notebook, I could not help frowning. I looked up at the boy. He seemed to be Yang Wei from class 2. I had never dealt with him, though I had seen him a few times. "Senior me, are you free tomorrow? I have tickets to Jay Chu's concert. I want to invite you to." "Sorry, I'm not free." Before Yang Wei could finish, Mikai coldly cut him off. "But, senior me, don't you really like Jay Chu's songs? I like them too. Let's go together." Despite being rejected once, Yang Wei did not care at all. He kept pestering her. I said, "I'm not free. Stop bothering me." Mikai was having none of it. Her brows were furrowed, her tone harsh. Yang Wei still would not give up. He stepped forward and grabbed Mikai's sleeve. Before he could say another word, Mikai's face instantly darkened. With a wave of her hand, 2 professional bodyguards appeared from nowhere and stood in front of her. "Drag him away. Keep him away from me." "Yes, miss." The 2 bodyguards immediately seized Yang Wei from either side. Ignoring his struggles, they took him 3 kilometers away and dumped him there. Watching this unfold, my jaw nearly hit the floor. She really showed him no mercy. She was clearly someone I could not afford to provoke. I better slip away too. But before I took 2 steps, someone suddenly blocked my path. "You little punk, trying to sneak away right under my nose." I stammered, not knowing what to say. The school beauty's presence was simply too overwhelming. My instincts told me she was trouble. "Let me see that notebook in your hand." Mikai gave me a sidelong glance and tried to snatch my lesson notebook. "No, there's nothing to see." I clutched the notebook tightly. The 2 of us began tugging at it. "Let me see it." "Why are you acting guilty? Could you be hiding some shameful secret in there? Is it a love letter?" "It isn't a love letter." I'm not that bored. Embarrassed and annoyed, I glared at her, but refused to let go. Mikai seemed determined to fight me over it too. "If it isn't a love letter, why won't you let me see it?" Her question left me speechless. "This is my lesson notebook. I use it to tutor a middle school girl. I'm a private tutor." Mikai gave me a strange look. I never would have guessed. I pursed my lips. I was about to fire back, but Mikai suddenly reached toward me and snatched the lesson notebook from my hands. My face instantly drained of color. "Give it back." "What did you say?" "I only wanted to see what your name was." Mikai casually flipped open the notebook. "Lin Mo." "Yes, my name is Lin Mo." "Give me back my notebook." Afraid she would keep flipping through it, I hurriedly reached for it. Fortunately, Mikai had some decency. Once she had confirmed my name, she returned the notebook to me. Only then did I breathe a sigh of relief. Mikai looked at me. The scene of me forcibly kissing her yesterday flashed through her mind. It had kept her restless all night. She had planned to have someone investigate me, but I had unexpectedly delivered myself to her. Now that she knew my name, everything would be much easier. "Lin Mo, come with me." Mikai gave me a long look, then turned and headed for the Maybach. My heart pounded nervously. What did the school beauty want? Could this be because I forcibly kissed her yesterday? Was she here to make me answer for it? At that thought, I immediately grew nervous. My legs even went a little weak, thinking of the boy who had just confessed to her. She either ignored him, or had her black-clad bodyguards throw him out, and I had stolen her kiss. Was she going to toss me into a river to feed the fish? The more I thought about it, the more terrified I became. I gritted my teeth. Maybe I should just run. I could tutor tomorrow instead. My life came first. With that thought, I turned to run. but the two bodyguards in black stopped me and forced me into the car. Once Mikai saw me get in, she lowered the partition inside the car, separating us from the driver in front. The two of us were alone in the cramped space. I stared at her in panic, afraid she might suddenly kill me to keep me quiet. Mikai said nothing. She leaned coolly against the seat, her cold, beautiful eyes locked on mine. She was thinking. What happened yesterday had been sudden, but it had also left her puzzled. Why was it that after I touched her, she had no reaction at all? She had not even broken out in a rash. Could he be a girl? That was the only explanation she could think of. What? A girl? I stared at her wide-eyed, feeling as if my pride had taken a devastating blow. With my dashing good looks, how could she mistake me for a girl? Are you blind? I badly wanted to snap that at her, but I was too timid, so I did not dare say it. I could only swallow my anger, smile foolishly, and shake my head. I'm a guy. Mikai paused, her gaze sweeping over my chest. Looks like you really are a man. That nearly drove me mad. Did she think my chest was large for a guy? Mikai gave a cold snort. The more she thought about it, the more unbelievable it seemed. That scrawny boy had really kissed her yesterday. But why had her body shown no rejection? She remembered what the doctor had said. She had an extreme obsession with cleanliness. Any member of the opposite sex who came near her made her physically ill. Intimate contact was even more impossible. Otherwise, her whole body would break out in an allergic reaction, and she would be unable to leave home for a week. Since then, even her relatives and household staff, if they were male, dared not come within half a meter of her. There were also bolder boys, who risked their lives to approach her. Like those two boys today, they were either dragged away on her orders, or thrown into the river by her bodyguards. Just as I was about to ask where she was taking me, the car started moving. I stared at her in terror. What did she want after mocking my body? Was the scenic river at school not deep enough to drown me? Was she taking me to a deeper river farther away? Damn it. No. Let me out. I was panicked and terrified. Looking at her face, cold as an iceberg, I grabbed Mikai's sleeve. Please, let me go. I really didn't mean to kiss you. I was late and tried to climb over the school wall. I lost my footing and fell on you. I really didn't mean to. Mikai simply raised a brow and stared at me in silence. I seized my last chance to prove my innocence. Besides, that didn't even count as a kiss. Our lips only brushed lightly. If that counts, then it was my first kiss too. It isn't like you lost anything. At that, Mikai's lips suddenly curled into a sly smile. A flicker of relief crossed her eyes. You don't have a girlfriend. Please, Miss School Beauty. I'm busy enough every day as it is. How would I have time for a girlfriend? Besides, I've never believed you should start dating the moment you enter high school. At the very least, wait until college. Mikai listened to my explanation, clearly wanting to hear more. Tell me more. What could a student possibly be so busy with? I couldn't help rolling my eyes at her. I never expected her to be such a gossip. Then I pursed my lips. I tutor students. To make money. Mikai looked puzzled. What are you making money for? Of course, I heard the mockery in her voice. Biking was an elite private high school, built with private investment. But I was an exception. I was a top student granted special admission to biking private high school. Back then, the principal told me that if I enrolled at biking, all tuition and fees would be waived. And if I did well on the comprehensive exams and placed in the top 3, there would be a scholarship too. It was a substantial amount of money. If I could earn that scholarship, my living expenses would be covered, and Grandma would have it much easier. That was why I enrolled in this private school. My family is struggling. We need money. Please, Miss School Beauty, just let me go. I still have to tutor a student tonight. I can't break my promise. I looked at her pleadingly. The address. I looked at her in surprise. What address? Mikai blinked, her lovely eyes fixed on me, as if I were an idiot. I'm asking for the address where you tutor. I was instantly flattered and startled. Why you're taking me there? Mikai gave me an impatient look. Stop talking nonsense. Give me the address. Boating Villa Bay. Thanks. Mikai frowned. What did you say? Boating. I thought Mikai hadn't heard me clearly, so I repeated it. Yes, Boating Villa Bay. Mikai glanced sideways at me, her expression a little strange. Who are you tutoring? A student who just started middle school. Her name is Meow. Then I looked at Mikai in surprise. Do you know her? Mikai gave a soft laugh. She's my uncle's daughter. Your uncle? I froze for a moment. Your uncle's daughter? Then she's your cousin. Why do you share? The same surname, me. Mikai casually waved a hand. I took my mother's surname. We live in the same neighborhood. I was instantly delighted. That's great. I can catch a ride with you. Thank you so much. Don't just thank me with words. Show me. Give me something more than thanks. I scratched my head in confusion. Then how do you want me to thank you? I want you to. Mikai suddenly leaned close and spoke softly. Her face came right up to mine. Then the corner of her lips lifted. I want you to kiss me again. What? I was stunned. I could hardly believe my ears. You want me to kiss you? Why? I swallowed nervously. Could the school beauty still be holding a grudge? Yesterday's kiss was honestly just an accident. Why wouldn't Mikai believe me? Besides, I'd already apologized. Kiss me. As I spoke, Mikai suddenly reached out and gripped my chin. If you won't kiss me, then I'll kiss you instead. Then, an incredibly gentle kiss landed on my lips. Mikai had a private motive, though. She only wanted to find out whether her body truly didn't reject me. She had only intended a fleeting kiss, a simple test. But she had clearly overestimated her self-control. Afterward, Mikai couldn't help marveling to herself. Who knew this brat could kiss like that? He actually made me lose my composure. That evening, Miyao and her father, Yuan, warmly invited me to stay for dinner. I tried to decline several times, but they wouldn't take no for an answer. Left with no choice, I nodded. When I saw Mikai sitting at the dining table, I froze slightly. I stared blankly at Mikai. Why are you here? I thought the school beauty had already gone home. Why had she suddenly appeared here? Did she come to mooch a meal? At that, Mikai shot me a sit-along glance. Her tone indifferent. I came to my uncle's house for dinner. Am I not welcome? No. That's not. Of course you are. Just then, a delighted cry rang out. Miyao rushed into the dining room and sat beside me, pointing at Mikai across from us. Her face glowing with admiration, she excitedly introduced her. Lin Mo. This is my cousin. She's Biking High School's beauty queen. And not only that, she's a total academic genius. She's always been my idol. I answered with a smile. I know. I've heard so much about you. I gave Mikai a respectful salute. Senior me. Miyao blinked her bright eyes, as though she had suddenly realized something. That's right. You're from the same school. I almost forgot. Her eyes brimmed with admiration and gratitude. Cousin, Lin Mo is really amazing. I understand every problem he explains to me. He's much better than my teachers. My English grades have shot up this semester. Even my teacher praised me. After hearing that, Mikai gave me a thoughtful look. Then she nodded approvingly. Not bad. Keep working hard. Make sure you keep it up. Try to get into our Biking High School. Zhang Yuan, seated nearby, smiled. All right, enough studying. Let's eat first. He looked lovingly at his daughter, his heart overflowing with joy. Dinner ended in a warm, cozy atmosphere. After saying goodbye to Miyao's family, Mikai and I walked out of Boating Villa Bay together. At the gate, I stopped. Senior me. This is far enough. You should head back. A taxi should come by soon. Mikai frowned slightly. Why are you trying to send me away so soon? There was a trace of displeasure in her voice. I lowered my head, unable to meet her eyes. I just don't want to trouble you. You should go back. Mikai sighed softly, her voice full of concern. Silly. I'll wait with you. If no car comes, I'll have my driver take you home. I hesitated. I felt bad about imposing, but seeing how determined she was, I knew I couldn't argue with her. I could only give in. All right. Sorry to trouble you. Senior me. 10 minutes passed in a flash, but not a single taxi appeared. By then, it was already dark. I couldn't help worrying. This was a villa district, far from the city center. Few cars came here even during the day, let alone at night. Finding a ride would be even harder. Forget it. I'll call my driver. Mikai had waited with me for ages and was getting impatient. She took out her phone and made a call. After giving a few brief instructions, she hung up. I looked at her gratefully. Sorry to trouble you again. Senior me. Mikai looked at me seriously, a faint smile on her lips. It's no trouble. If you want to thank me, give me another kiss. My eyes widened at once. I could hardly believe my ears. What? Another kiss? Did I hear that right? My face instantly flushed. I remembered that kiss in the car. The kiss that nearly stopped my heart. That left me shy and nervous. Mikai crossed her arms. She gave me a sit-along look. Well, say something. When I stayed silent for a long time, Mikai continued. Well, you can owe me one for now. The car is here. I'll take you home. Just then, a black Maybach pulled up smoothly in front of me. The driver swiftly opened the door and stepped out. His manner was deeply respectful. Miss, where would you like to go? Mikai casually glanced at me, then gave her order coolly. Take this kid home. She opened the rear door. Turning to me, she said, get in. I got in hesitantly. I was about to close the door when Mikai climbed in right behind me. She naturally sat beside me. I instinctively straightened up. I couldn't help wondering, was she coming along to take me home? Mikai seemed to read my mind. The corner of her lips curved up. Your address. I quickly gave her my address. Then I sat stiffly in the back seat again. I was utterly stunned. My heart pounded uncontrollably. I was incredibly nervous. The back seat was actually spacious, but for some reason, the car suddenly felt unbearably cramped. Maybe Mikai and I were sitting too close. The air seemed thick with stifling heat, so I quietly edged closer to the window, trying to put some distance between us. Mikai immediately noticed my little movement. She asked, "What's wrong? Are you hot?" I shot her a quick glance and nodded lightly. Mikai looked at me strangely, her eyes full of confusion. Why would you be hot? The air conditioning is working fine. I'm wearing just as much as you are, and I don't feel hot at all. You aren't coming down with something, are you? As she spoke, she reached toward my forehead. I waved awkwardly. I'm not sick. But before I could finish, a small hand suddenly pressed against my forehead, cool as ice. That coolness instantly dispelled my burning heat. The heat vanished at once. I immediately felt much better. Mikai gently felt my forehead, then checked her own. Your temperature is normal. It's nothing. We're the same temperature. But honestly, Mikai's palm was icy cool, pressed against my skin. Its cool touch felt so good. Part of me almost didn't want her to pull away. Wait, no. What on earth was I thinking? I suddenly came to my senses, silently berating myself. Mikai had done something so intimate. So, why hadn't I stopped her? I'd actually let her do whatever she wanted. That was completely inappropriate. I frowned. I inwardly despised my foolish thoughts, while discreetly shifting back a little, slipping away from the cool hand on my forehead. Seeing how cautious I was, Mikai tactfully withdrew her hand. Then she changed the subject, trying to make conversation. Who do you live with? I sighed softly. Apart from me, there's only my grandmother. No matter how late I used to study, Grandma would always wait up until I went to bed. Only then would she rest herself. But these past few days, I've kept hearing Grandma coughing in the middle of the night. Sometimes she sighs too. I ask her what's wrong, whether she's feeling unwell, but she always says she's fine. I want to take her to a hospital, but she refuses. As I said that, my heart ached even more, and my eyes began to redden. Mikai suddenly grabbed my hand. Her voice was full of concern. What's wrong? Your eyes are all red. I sniffed softly, trying to make my voice sound steadier. I just miss my grandmother a little. Silly. We're taking you home now, aren't we? You'll see your grandmother when you get there. Mikai held my hand tightly, comforting me softly. After a moment, she quietly confirmed that she hadn't shown any unusual reaction. That made her even more certain of one thing. I apparently didn't trigger her allergic reaction. At least, that was how it seemed for now. The thought of it filled her with excitement. She hardly knew how to react. Since the day she was born, she had never had a man close to her. Even her own father had never held her. All her life, this was the first time she'd been so close to a boy. Her first kiss with a boy. The first time she'd held a boy's hand. So many firsts. And somehow, she'd given them all to me. Mikai's expression remained calm, but I was already swept up in a strange feeling. She mused to herself. So this is what holding a boy's hand feels like. It's wonderful. And kissing a boy feels just as special. These experiences aren't bad at all. She found that she rather liked them. At that thought, the way Mikai looked at me grew noticeably more passionate, with a hint of warmth. No longer as cold as before. Before long, the car pulled up before an old apartment building. I reached for the door, turned and quietly thanked Mikai. Then I prepared to get out. Just then, Mikai suddenly grabbed my arm. Her tone allowed no refusal. Take down my number. If you ever need help, call me. I stared at her blankly, still not fully processing it. When Mikai swiftly pulled out a pen, she quickly wrote a number on my palm. As she wrote, she reminded me, remember, don't worry about troubling me. Whatever it is, you can call me anytime. Then she gave me a breathtaking smile. Only then did she slowly release my hand. The car door slowly closed after that. I stood there silently, watching the car drive away. Then I turned and went home. Once inside, I gently knocked on the bedroom door. "Grandma, I bought your favorite pumpkin porridge. Come eat it while it's hot." I knocked for quite a while, but there was no answer. I couldn't help frowning. A flicker of worry rose in my heart. So I knocked again, raising my voice. "Grandma, are you asleep?" Still, there was no response. I grew increasingly uneasy. Could Grandma really be asleep? I slowly pushed open the door. Grandma was lying on her side in bed, her eyes tightly shut. I stepped closer, muttering, "Why aren't you covered up?" Carefully, I pulled up the blanket from the head of the bed and gently covered Grandma with it. My hand accidentally brushed her cheek. The touch shocked me. "She's burning up." I hurriedly felt Grandma's forehead. What I found made my heart sink. Grandma was sick. No wonder she hadn't answered after I called for so long. Anxiously, I gently patted Grandma's arm, calling to her again and again. "Grandma, wake up." But Grandma still did not respond. Panicked, I rushed outside and knocked on the neighbor's door. With the neighbor's help, we quickly got Grandma to the emergency room. I looked anxiously at the doctor. "Doctor, how is my grandmother?" The doctor gave me a grave look. "Your grandmother has chronic bronchitis, doesn't she? And she's been coughing frequently lately." I nodded quickly. My eyes locked on the doctor, and worry filled my eyes. The doctor sighed softly and spoke in a grave tone. "Your grandmother's fever is most likely caused by pneumonia. This is not a minor problem. She needs to be hospitalized for observation and treatment. Your family needs to prepare yourselves." "Doctor, I didn't really understand all that. There was only one question I cared about. Can she be cured?" The doctor continued. "The patient's overall condition is not very good. You know your grandmother is elderly. Her health was already poor. All of this works against her recovery." Those words sent me into a panic. My head buzzed, and my mind went blank. I looked at the doctor pleadingly. "Please, you have to find a way to save my grandmother. She sacrificed so much for me. I haven't even had the chance to repay her properly. If I lose her, I truly don't know what I'll do." Seeing how anxious and worried I was, the doctor couldn't bear it. "All right, I'll prescribe some antibiotics for your grandmother first. Take them home for your grandmother. If she coughs, help turn her over often and pat her back. If anything else happens, come to the hospital right away." I looked at the doctor with heartfelt gratitude. "Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much." Grandma's illness had struck suddenly, and her high fever would not go down, so she had to stay in the hospital for observation. I hurried home, packed anything we might need, and rushed back to the hospital. I knew I'd have to look after Grandma that night. I probably wouldn't get any rest. I'd also promised Meow I'd tutor her at her home tomorrow afternoon. This was a problem. It looked like I'd have to break another promise to her. At around 3 in the morning, her fever finally broke. Grandma's breathing was steady and rhythmic, and her face was no longer as pale as before. Only then did I let out a long breath. Once my taut nerves relaxed, exhaustion washed over me like a tide. I couldn't stay awake any longer. I slumped over the bedside and fell asleep. Early the next morning, at first light, Grandma woke up. She insisted on leaving the hospital. I hurried to ask the doctor. After getting the doctor's approval, I packed our things and took Grandma home. After we got home, I went to the kitchen and made some porridge. After Grandma had some, I gave her her medicine. After taking it, Grandma fell asleep. Only then did I breathe easier. I had just picked up a book to read, when suddenly, there was a knock at the door. "Who is it?" I put down my book and walked to the door. A bright voice came from outside. "It's me, Yuan." The moment I heard that familiar voice, I was instantly excited. I quickly threw open the door. Sure enough, a graceful young woman stood at the doorway. Yuan was the daughter of our neighbor, Uncle Liu. She was studying nursing at a medical university. Whenever she came home on break, she always came to see Grandma and me first. The instant she saw me, Yuan gave me a gentle smile. She was so beautiful that I was almost entranced. "Yuan, you're on break?" Yuan nodded softly. She stepped past me and went straight to Grandma's room. Seeing Grandma asleep, she sighed softly. "My mom told me that Grandma is sick. She's getting old. Her health is getting worse and worse. I'm worried about her too." "Yeah, Yuan, I'm really worried too. And I'm still in school. Grandma needs someone to care for her. I really don't know what to do. I spoke helplessly, my heart full of worry and conflict. School starts again the day after tomorrow. I really can't bear to leave Grandma home alone, but I can't think of a good solution. Yuan looked at me with pity in her eyes. After thinking for a moment, she spoke slowly. Lin Mo, why not send Grandma to a care home? They'll have people there to care for her. Then you can focus on your studies. But is that really a good idea? I'm afraid Grandma won't adjust to it. It'll be fine. There are plenty of caregivers at the home. They're all professionals. They'll take excellent care of Grandma. There are lots of elderly residents there too. It's quite lively there. Grandma definitely won't be lonely there. Of course, you can visit Grandma often too. Yuan patiently explained it to me. After hearing her out, I considered it for a while. All right, Yuan, I'll think it over. When Grandma wakes up, I'll ask what she thinks. The more I thought about it, the more it seemed like a good solution. Grandma would receive full-time care at the home, and I could concentrate on school without always worrying about her. Being alone at home with no one to care for her. All right, talk it over with your grandmother. Tell me once you've decided. I'll arrange everything for you. Then, Yuan gently patted my shoulder, her eyes full of concern. If you need anything, tell me. Don't hesitate because you think you're troubling me. Thank you, Yuan. I gave her a grateful look. I'd always held this girl next door in great respect. Ever since I was little, whenever something happened, I always turned to her for help. With Yuan's help, Grandma smoothly moved into the care home. My heart was full of reluctance, but there was no other way. I couldn't neglect my studies either, and when Grandma learned about it, she insisted on going. She said, there are people her own age at the home. She could chat with everyone and do some cooking, so she would not feel lonely. Hearing Grandma say that, I could only reluctantly give in. Fortunately, every weekend, I could visit Grandma at the care home, and Yuan was a volunteer there. Since that was the case, I decided that in my spare time, I would volunteer there with her. On Sunday afternoon, I went to Miao's house as promised to tutor her. The moment Miao saw me, she asked with concern, Lin Mo, how come after only 2 days? You've gotten thinner again? Hearing that, I simply smiled. A few things happened at home these past 2 days, but everything is fine now. All right, let's start the lesson. Meanwhile, Yuan stood outside, peering through the crack in the door. Seeing us studying diligently inside, he smiled with satisfaction. That evening, they warmly insisted that I stay for dinner with their family. When Yuan learned Grandma had gone to a care home, he frowned slightly. So that means, you're living alone now? I did not deny it. I silently nodded. Grandma used to be at home, but now it was just me. The loneliness and emptiness were hard to put into words. Lin Mo, why not come live with us? Yuan suddenly made the suggestion. As soon as Miao heard it, she clapped with delight. Yes, yes. Lin Mo, come live at our house. Then I can have you teach me every day. I was stunned. I had some reservations about Yuan's offer. I was genuinely hesitant. Living here would make tutoring Miao convenient, but it was far too far from Biking High School. I would have to take taxis to and from school, and that would cost a fortune. After thinking it over, I still turned him down. Uncle Zhang, thank you for the offer, but I do not think it would be convenient. Yuan waved his hand. Don't be so quick to refuse. You can think about it some more. I nodded. After dinner, it was already quite late. I picked up my backpack and got up to leave. Yuan quickly made a call to find someone to drive me home. The villa complex was rather remote, and it really was hard to get a taxi there. So I agreed. But what I never expected was that Mikai's driver would be taking me home. I politely greeted the driver and got in. On the way, the driver received a call. Then the car suddenly turned onto a road I had never seen before. A wave of unease rose in my heart. I looked at the driver uncertainly. The driver noticed my gaze, his face full of apology. I'm sorry, sir. I need to pick someone up first. Then I will take you straight home. Though I had my doubts, I said nothing and merely nodded. Before long, the car pulled up somewhere. At once, I spotted a breathtakingly beautiful figure. The moment she saw me, Mikai narrowed her beautiful eyes slightly. A sly smile curved her lips. She got in and sat right beside me. At that moment, my heart suddenly began to race. Even after the car started and rolled forward, I still sat there in a daze. I did not know why, but whenever I saw Mikai, waves of emotion would surge through me. And now, trapped with her in this cramped space, I felt an inexplicable urge to flee. So I lowered my head and edged toward the window, trying my best to make myself invisible. Just then, a soft, feminine voice slipped straight into my ear. Linmo, why are you such a coward? Are you afraid of me? Her voice held a teasing, flirtatious note. My already flustered heart gave a violent leap, and I could not stop myself from blushing. Seeing me blush and fidget like a bashful bride, Mikai could not help curling her lips. Are you tutoring me Yao again tomorrow? I waved my hand. If school does not have anything arranged after class, I will go tutor her. Then after school tomorrow, I will wait for you. I will take you to Miao's house. Mikai leaned gracefully against the seat. Her gaze was as deep and enchanting as the night. Would that be too much trouble for you? I gave an awkward smile, feeling rather guilty about it. Mikai lifted her chin. It is on the way. It is no trouble. I have to go home anyway. A moment later, the car slowly stopped before my old apartment building. The driver said gently, "We are here, Lin." I got out with my backpack and waved to thank Mikai. "Senior, thank you. You are welcome." Mikai rolled down the window and looked around outside. Then her beautiful eyes narrowed in a frown. Does nobody live in this building? Why is it pitch black? I looked back at the building and said quietly, I heard it is going to be demolished and rebuilt. A lot of people have moved away, but a few families still live here. Mikai shook her head, then simply opened the door and got out. Come on, I will walk you upstairs. With that, before I could react, she was already striding up the stairs. Be careful, there are no lights here. I pulled an old-fashioned flashlight from my bag. Its feeble beam lit the mottled walls, giving them an eerie air. Mikai turned and glanced at me. Do you climb these stairs in the dark every day? I smiled and nodded. It is fine. I am used to it. After we reached my home and opened the door, I ran my hand along the wall. Click! The lights came on. Mikai entered first, then froze at the sight before her. Several stools lay overturned on the floor. Clothes and household items were strewn everywhere. There were even several dirty footprints on the floor. At the sight, Mikai's frown deepened. Linmo, do you never clean up at home? I said nothing. I stared wide-eyed at the mess filling the room. My mind was completely blank. I had no idea how this had happened. Everything was fine when I left this morning. When Mikai got no response, she turned to look at me. She found me utterly bewildered, standing there like an idiot. Linmo, what is wrong? I pulled a miserable face. I felt completely screwed over. I think my place was burglarized. Mikai raised an elegant brow. This place is so shabby, and a thief actually came here. That thief has terrible taste. Then she patted my shoulder reassuringly. See if anything is missing. Otherwise, we should call the police. I sighed helplessly. Forget it. There is nothing valuable here anyway. I just need to clean up. Thank goodness Grandma was at the care home. If she had been left home alone, who knows what might have happened. Just then, the old wall clock suddenly chimed. Its sound was especially piercing in the silent night. Looking around, the whole house carried a bleak, decaying air. Mikai did not want to stay there any longer. She tugged on my arm. Let's go. I looked at her in confusion. Go where? I am already home. Are you stupid? You are coming with me, of course. After something like this happened. Do you think anyone can still live here? Mikai stared gravely at the footprints on the floor. Who knows whether that thief will come back? I waved my hand. It is all right. I will be fine. That thief knows I am poor anyway. There is nothing here worth stealing. He probably will not come back. Linmo, are you stupid? Mikai was speechless. A thief does not care whether you are poor. He slipped inside easily this time. Maybe next time, on a whim, he will come again. I knew Mikai was worried about me, but I truly did not want to trouble her again. Senior me, thank you for taking me home today. It is already late. You should go home. Grandma used to tell me, never owe anyone a favor. Favors are hard to repay. You can spend a lifetime repaying one and still fall short. Besides, Mikai and I were merely schoolmates, or friends who were not especially close. I did not want to owe her too much, but Mikai still felt that I had no one to rely on. Living here alone was simply too dangerous. She could not just stand by and watch me remain in such danger. Linmo, you have to come home with me. It is not safe here. You cannot live here anymore. I told you already. This building is going to be demolished. It is structurally unsafe. Why are you still being so stubborn? Even if you do not worry about yourself, you should worry about your grandmother. If something happens to you, what will your grandmother do? Mikai was right. With Grandma not by my side, I needed to take even better care of myself. I could not afford the slightest mishap. Otherwise, how would Grandma survive? So I nodded. I packed a few changes of clothes and some essentials. I took one last look at the room I had lived in for nearly 10 years, then reluctantly locked the front door. By then, the driver had been waiting in the car for quite a while. When he saw us come downstairs together, he blinked. He stood frozen for several seconds, then hurried out of the car. "Miss, what is this?" Mikai clapped her hands. She gave him a sit-along glance, then ordered coolly, "Take us home." "Yes, miss." The driver put my suitcase in the trunk, then quickly got back into the car. The car sped through the night. My heart was full of unspoken worries, weighing heavily on me, until I could barely breathe. Seeing how downcast I was, Mikai could not help asking with concern, "What are you thinking about?" I frowned, thinking about going with her now, and living in an unfamiliar place. I felt uneasy. "Wouldn't it be inappropriate for me to suddenly move into your house? Will your parents object?" "Of course not," Mikai answered without hesitation. I looked at her curiously. "Why would your parents not mind a strange guy living with you?" Mikai raised an elegant brow. "I hired a tutor for myself. Why would they object?" "A tutor?" I stared at her in disbelief, then pointed at myself. "The tutor you hired cannot possibly be me, can it?" With a smirk, Mikai shot me a sit-along look. "That is right." I quickly waved my hands in refusal. "No. How could I possibly be your tutor? With my limited ability, I could maybe teach elementary or middle school students, but teaching someone a grade above me, I do not have that kind of confidence." Mikai had not expected me to refuse. There were so many guys at school, and every one of them wanted to get closer to Mikai. Yet this fool was handed an opportunity, and did not even appreciate it. I was actually trying to push it away. "Fool, I am helping you." I looked utterly confused. Me, tutoring Mikai. No matter who I told, nobody would believe it. Any elementary or middle school student would be fine. But Mikai was the one exception. She was the school's beauty queen and top student. Then I suddenly remembered. Mikai would not work, but Miyao would. I was Miyao's tutor. Besides, Miyao's father had warmly invited me to move in with them. Wouldn't staying at Miyao's house be perfect? At that thought, I clapped my hands excitedly. "Mikai, please take me to Miyao's house." Hearing that, Mikai looked up at me, her face full of confusion. "Didn't we just come from there? Why do you want to go back?" I beamed at her. I finished tutoring her. Her father told me today that I could move in with them. I turned him down, but after thinking it over, staying at their place would not be bad. It would also be more convenient to tutor Miyao. Most importantly, I would not have to trouble Mikai. I do not think I deserve to stay at the school beauty queen's home, especially as the beauty queen's tutor, living under her roof. I simply did not have the confidence for that. Mikai smiled at me. "I remember your math grades are excellent." I scratched my head shyly. "They are all right. Of all my subjects, math was my strongest. I always ranked first in every exam. And when I tutored Miyao, I taught math too." Mikai looked at me, a sly smile curling her lips. She snapped her fingers. "All right, then. You can be my math tutor. Math happens to be my weak subject." "A weak subject? That is an exaggeration, isn't it?" I remembered that Mikai's reputation as a top student was no empty boast. Teachers in every subject praised her highly and adored her. How could she possibly have a weak subject? I could not help frowning, unsure how to refuse her. When Mikai saw I was silent, she smiled and patted my shoulder. "I am confident I can learn math well from you. Believe in yourself, and have faith in me, too." Hearing that, I let out a helpless sigh. "Will your parents agree?" "Why not ask them and find out?" Mikai gave me a mysterious smile, pulled out her phone, and casually dialed the number. "Mom, I hired a math tutor. Starting today, he will be staying with me. Do you agree?" I held my breath, straining to hear the reply on the other end. I expected Mrs. Me to refuse, but she agreed immediately. She agreed without even asking who the tutor was. Mikai turned back and gave me a flirtatious wink. "There, problem solved." I stared at her blankly, still feeling unqualified to be her tutor. "Senior me, you should still take me to Miyao's house." Before I could finish, Mikai shot me a displeased glare. "What is the difference between Miyao's home and mine?" I froze. I said nothing. What I wanted to say was, going to Miyao's house was obviously different from going to hers. At Miyao's house, I had a legitimate reason to be there. At Mikai's house, I would feel like I did not belong. But Mikai did not care whether I felt guilty or not. The car had already stopped outside a villa. The driver got out first and carried my suitcase into the villa. Mikai got out right after him. Holding the car door, she smiled at me. Come on, get out. Stop being so hesitant. Holding onto my seat, I still hesitated. Moving into her home on such a flimsy excuse felt strange. When I went inside and saw Mikai's parents, what was I supposed to say? Would they think I was their daughter's boyfriend? Seeing that I was still hesitating, Mikai frowned, then grabbed my hand and pulled me from the car. Linmo, I have realized you are not decisive at all. Would you rather go back to that unsafe house than accept my kind arrangement? Even if you do not care about your own safety, you should think about grandmother. At the mention of grandma, I knew I could not keep refusing her kindness. Nothing could happen to me. Otherwise, who would grandma rely on? Mikai was helping me so wholeheartedly. I should be deeply grateful. Thinking that, I nodded. Thank you. Miss me. Then, sorry to impose. We walked into the villa together. The butler stood respectfully at the entrance to greet us. Miss. Welcome back, miss. Mikai nodded at him, then pointed at me and introduced. His name is Linmo. He is the math tutor I hired. Starting today, he will live here. Make the arrangements. The butler discreetly looked me over. Then he respectfully said, Mr. Lin can stay in the second-floor guest room. It has already been cleaned. Hearing that, Mikai impatiently cut the butler off. He is not staying here. He will stay in the villa out back. It is closer to me, so tutoring me will be easier. The butler froze at once. Stay in the back villa, closer to Miss. He had served as the butler here for many years. Miss had an almost pathological aversion to physical contact with men. No man was allowed near her, let alone live with her. All these years, Miss had lived alone in the back villa. Every staff member there was female, and no man had ever set foot inside. But now, Miss had not only hired a male tutor, she was even letting him stay in her private villa. Was Miss not afraid? The butler hesitated, then spoke timidly. Miss, for the sake of your health, I think Mr. Lin should stay here instead. Mikai whereupon her brows. Her voice edged with impatience. I told you to arrange for him to stay in my villa. Just do it. With that, she grabbed my hand and headed toward the back of the estate. The butler was stunned again. Miss, she actually touched that boy's hand. No, I have to tell madam immediately. Miss is being far too reckless. If anything happens, I will not be able to answer for it. Meanwhile, I followed Mikai to an elegantly designed villa. I paused in a daze, then turned to glance at Mikai. This is where I live. Mikai led me into the villa by the hand. She casually led me into her own villa. I looked back at the villa from before. This building and that villa were separated by nearly 11 miles. Why did Mikai live all the way out here? It was so strange, but I was too embarrassed to ask. After all, everyone has their own preferences and secrets. Once inside the villa, Mikai pointed to one room and said, This is your room. I nodded, watching her in confusion. Then, where will you stay? Mikai pointed to the room behind her. I am across from you. Then she pushed open the door. She grabbed my hand and led me inside. Take a look. Are you happy with the room? Seeing the spacious, sunlit room before me, my eyes widened in surprise. It is huge. This one room alone was bigger than the entire home Grandma and I lived in. But living somewhere this nice, how could I repay her for such generosity? By agreeing to stay with Mikai, had I made a mistake? Grandma always said, a debt of gratitude is the hardest to repay. Thinking of that, I gathered my courage and looked at Mikai. Mikai, I do not think I should stay here after all. Mikai frowned slightly. Why not? Are you unhappy with this room? Then I can take this room, and you can have mine. Hearing that, I quickly waved my hands. It is not the room. I just do not want to owe you too much. So, you do not want to owe me a favor? Mikai looked at me, her lips curling into a smile. That is easy enough then. From now on, besides tutoring me in math every day, do some homework for me whenever you have time, and practice the piano for me. Whatever I need you to do, you will help me with it. Would that not settle the debt? Homework and piano practice. I found that hard to believe. You are a top student. Why would you need me to do your homework? And the piano? Is having someone practice piano for you even a thing? As for the homework our teachers assign, I know the answers to the textbook problems at a glance. Why waste energy reading and writing them out? Mikai let out a faint sigh. Top students have their troubles too. Naturally, I could not relate. Looking at her air of being the only one awake, while everyone else was an idiot, I suddenly felt like she needed a good smack. What about practicing piano for you? I pressed on. As for that, you will find out later. Mikai gazed deeply at me, a playful curve tugging at her lips. Seeing her like that, I hurriedly looked away. Mikai noticed the unexplained blush rising to my face, and lightly stroked her chin. I have answered all your questions. Will you agree to stay now? I nodded. I did not know what else to say. I was already here, so I could only agree to stay for now. All right, go take a shower and get some rest. We have school tomorrow. With that, Mikai gently wrapped her arms around me. As she raised her head, the tip of her nose brushed my chin. Then Mikai turned and went back to the room across the hall. I stood there completely dazed. My heart was pounding wildly. She hugged me just now. Was she this kind to everyone? Afterward, I took a hot shower, then yawned and lay down on the bed. I lay there for ages without the slightest bit of sleepiness. Maybe this luxurious place still felt unfamiliar, and I had not adjusted yet. Was I lucky or unlucky? When I first met Mikai, I thought I had the worst luck in the world. But now, it was clear I had hit the jackpot. I took a deep breath. I had class tomorrow. Sleepy or not, I had to sleep. Before I knew it, dawn arrived. Still asleep, I turned over and felt a pair of delicate lips nearing mine. If you do not get up, you will be late. My eyes flew open. Mikai was inches away, watching me with amused interest. Sleepyhead. Time to get up. What time is it? I hurriedly threw back the covers and sat up. I glanced at the clock on the wall. It was already 8 o'clock. Oh no. Class starts at 8:30. I am going to be late. Mikai watched me scramble about, unable to stop herself from smiling. It is fine. The driver will get us there quickly. Go wash up and get dressed first. I will wait downstairs. Smiling, she then walked out of my room. I got ready in no time, then raced downstairs. The driver took both of us to school. He drove unbelievably fast, at 360 miles an hour the whole way. We were soon approaching the school. Just then, the driver suddenly slowed down and pulled over. Miss, will you switch cars here? Mikai nodded and got out. She turned to me and said, You do not need to get out. I will take another car. With that, she gave no further explanation and firmly shut the door. I was completely baffled. Sir, why did your young lady switch cars? The driver answered coldly. Miss Me does not want to cause unnecessary trouble. She thought it would be best to ride separately from you. The moment I heard that, I was instantly furious. What the hell do you take me for? Mikai's servant? Or do you think I am some uncultured nobody? Too embarrassing to be seen with. It hurt like hell. I deeply regretted it. I never should have moved into her house. When had I ever put up with this kind of humiliation? I fumed all the way to the school gate. When the car stopped, I finally understood. Mikai had a reason for getting out early. There were many boys standing at the gate. Every one of them was handsome, and they were all eagerly craning their necks, as though waiting for someone. The moment I opened the car door, a crowd of boys immediately surrounded me. Without even seeing who had stepped out, they shouted excitedly, Senior Me, you are here so early. The campus queen is here. Senior Me. Their masculine, booming voices rang in my ears. Frowning, I pushed through the crowd. Excuse me, please move aside. Just then, one boy realized I was not Mikai, and cried out, Linmo. How could it be you? At his reminder, the other boys looked up at me too, their eyes filled with surprise or excitement. This is clearly Senior Me's family car. Why did Linmo get out of it? Exactly. That man is the driver who always picks Senior Me up after school. Why would he drive Linmo to school? That is so strange. Every remark was aimed at me. I felt incredibly awkward. Luckily, Mikai had gotten out early. If we had gotten out together, there was no telling what nasty things these boys would have said. It seemed Mikai had seen this coming. I deliberately lowered my head, ignoring their hostile stares and comments, and walked toward the school with my head tilted. But someone was not about to let me leave so easily. Linmo, stop! A burly boy suddenly blocked my path. His face was twisted with anger. Linmo, why did you ride in Senior Me's family car to school today? I looked at him innocently. That was Senior Me's family car. Still playing dumb. Do you seriously not recognize Senior Me's family car? As another boy spoke, he grabbed my arm. Do you think we are idiots? Tell us the truth now. Why has Senior Me not arrived yet? Linmo, Were you trying to hit on Senior Me? Did you upset her and make her leave? You have some nerve. No boy has ever ridden in Senior Me's family car. I was utterly speechless. What was wrong with these boys? They watched me like hungry wolves. I had not stolen their girlfriends, nor exposed their terrible grades. It was ridiculous. As I wondered how to get out of this, the boys around me suddenly scattered, rushing toward another arriving car. Wow, it is Senior Me. Senior Me looks gorgeous today. No wonder she is our school beauty. Mikai stepped out of the car. Expressionless, she headed for the school gate. Her beautiful, indifferent face carried an arrogant air that seemed to look down on everyone watching her from afar. For some reason, my heart suddenly began to race. I could not help wondering, what was wrong with me? Was I becoming as love-struck as those boys? I secretly scoffed at myself. Then I decisively turned and walked into school. Good morning, Senior Me. Why did you switch cars? The driver who just brought Linmo to school seemed to be your personal driver. Faced with their suspicious stares and chatter, Mikai showed no reaction. She completely ignored the boys around her and walked straight through the school gate. That utterly aloof manner left every boy there too intimidated to say another word. Instead, they all looked utterly infatuated. Mikai frowned as she headed toward her classroom, letting out a soft huff. Those boys cannot compare to Linmo at all. Just look at them. How pathetic. After I entered the classroom, I remained on edge. I knew the boys who adored Mikai would not let this go easily. I was thoroughly irritated. I never should have ridden to school in Mikai's car. As I silently regretted it, I suddenly heard someone calling out, Linmo. Who is Linmo? Hearing that, I slowly raised my head. A tall boy stood at the classroom door, looking around. Clearly, he did not know me, but I knew him well. He was Fang Yuan, Biking High School's universally recognized heartthrob. He was also the only boy at school considered worthy of Mikai. But why was the school heartthrob looking for me? Was it also because I had ridden to school in Mikai's car? This trouble was really piling up. Linmo. Is Linmo not here? Fang Yuan called several times without an answer, and his brow creased slightly. Just then, the girl behind me poked me with her pencil and whispered, the school heartthrob is calling you. What are you spacing out for? I turned around irritably and shot her a vicious glare. My eyes were full of contempt. Mind your own damn business. She was so annoying. The girl refused to back down and immediately glared back. She muttered, what are you glaring at? That is the school heartthrob. If you will not go, I want to. As she spoke, she sneaked several glances at Fang Yuan. I rolled my eyes at her disdainfully. Look at you, so hopeless. Then I stood and walked over to Fang Yuan. Without a friendly expression, I waved a hand. I am Linmo. What do you want? Fang Yuan looked me over from head to toe. A hint of confusion flashed in his eyes, but he quickly returned to normal. Here is the thing. Let us talk outside. Fine, let us go outside. It is not like you can beat me up. I followed him to the hallway around the corner. He looked at me for a long moment, as if struggling to speak. Then he slowly asked, I heard someone drove you to school today. Is that true? I nodded. Yeah. Why? Fang Yuan pressed on nervously. So who drove you here? It was the Mi family's driver, right? Right. I answered plainly, and without hesitation. I tutor a girl who just started middle school. Her father was worried getting to school would be inconvenient for me, so he specifically arranged for a driver to bring me here. Fang Yuan looked puzzled. Who is she? Does she have the surname Me too? I looked at him seriously and answered, yeah. Her name is Mi Yao. Her cousin is our school's beauty queen. Fang Yuan immediately understood. So she is Senior Mi's cousin. The tension on his face melted away. Then he gave my shoulder a friendly pat. Sorry about that, buddy. I thought you were Mikai's boyfriend. All right, get back to class. The teacher will be here soon. Once Fang Yuan got his answer, the weight he had carried in his heart for so long was finally lifted. He turned and strode off. Watching him leave, I could not help frowning. I should avoid troubling Mikai as much as possible from now on. If I got too close to her, who knew what those boys obsessed with her would do to me? Even verbal abuse would be more than I could take. The moment I returned to class, the girl behind me fixed me with a nosy stare. What did the school heartthrob want with you? I shot her an annoyed look. Nothing. Mind your own business. The girl huffed disdainfully. Whatever. Do you think I want to care about you? I am just curious why the school heartthrob wanted you. Why would he seek you out for no reason? Do you have some secret? Come on, tell me. Is something going on between you two? What are you even talking about? I already had a pounding headache. One ride in Mikai's car had caused this huge mess. But the girl behind me would not let it go, insisting I explain myself. I could not take it anymore, and finally snapped. Meng Xiaoying, if you keep fucking bothering me, I will tell the school heartthrob that you have a crush on him, and that you secretly keep his photo. At that, Meng Xiaoying looked at me nervously. All right, I will stop asking. You'd better not tell anyone, okay? I do not secretly keep photos of the school heartthrob. The day passed quickly. After school, I did not wait for Mikai. Instead, I took a cab to Miyao's house. Even though spending those few dozen yuan on a cab pained me, to keep today's trouble from happening again, I had no choice but to grit my teeth and pay it. Lin Mo, you are here. When Miyao saw me, she ran over excitedly. Then she kept peering behind me. Lin Mo, did my cousin not come with you? I immediately felt awkward. Then I waved my hand, pretending to be casual. She is busy with something. I came by myself. We went into her room together. Just as I began tutoring her, Miyao's phone rang. The instant she answered, a familiar voice came through the phone. Yao, what are you doing? Miyao froze. Cousin, why did you not come over? Lin Mo is tutoring me. If it is not important, hurry up and hang up. I knew Mikai was the one calling. She was simply wasting my tutoring time. We had to finish today's work. I also needed to get back early and discuss it with Mikai. Maybe I should just move in with Miyao's family instead. I really did not want people getting the wrong idea. Those boys were terrifying. I did not want rumors about me spreading everywhere either. And Fang Yuan, the school heartthrob, had warned me to, had he not? That evening, I stayed for dinner at Miyao's again. As Zhang Yuan Song ate, he watched me with a kindly expression. Lin, about what I mentioned last time. Have you thought it over? I have already prepared a room for you. You can move in whenever you like. Miyao looked delighted to. Lin Mo, move in with us. Then Dad can arrange a driver for you. You will have a private car to take you to and from school. It will be great. But they did not know that I had already moved into Mikai's house. I let out a deep breath. All right, Uncle. I will think about it some more. Suddenly, an unexpectedly soft yet resolute voice rang out behind me. Think about what? You do not need to think about it. When I turned around, I saw Mikai walking in from the backyard. I stared blankly for a moment. When did you get here? Mikai had not expected me to change my mind so quickly. I had only stayed with her a few days, yet I already wanted to move in here. I was going back on my word, changing my mind after I had agreed. When Zhang Yuan Song saw Mikai, he greeted her warmly. Mikai, have you eaten? Would you like to sit down and have some with us? Mikai smiled politely. No, thank you. Uncle, I have already eaten. I came to pick him up. Zhang Yuan Song gave her a puzzled look, then looked at me. You came to pick up Lin Mo. Mikai gave a light cough. I have noticed my math grades have slipped lately. I want him to tutor me too. Miyao pursed her lips. She clearly did not believe it. Cousin, you need tutoring. You have got to be kidding me. She knew her cousin was not only Biking's beauty queen, but also a top student. How could someone that smart need a tutor? Besides, her cousin's smile looked so fake. She was definitely up to something. She could not let her cousin steal her tutor. Miyao immediately rushed over, as protective as a mother hen, and squeezed in beside me. No, cousin. Lin Mo is already my tutor. If you need tutoring, you should hire someone else. I gave Mikai an awkward smile. Senior me. Miyao is right. With my skills, I cannot really teach you anything. I should just. Mikai slightly furrowed her brows and cut me off. Who says you cannot teach me? Since I hired you as a tutor, and you are Miyao's tutor too, the three of us can study together. Miyao, do you not agree? The three of us can study together. Miyao immediately brightened up. Yes. I am all for it. Lin Mo, please take my cousin on as your student. Then, Mikai looked at Zhang Yuan Song. Uncle, let Lin Mo stay at my place. We go to the same school, and we have a driver for the commute. It is very convenient. When Miyao needs tutoring, she can just come to my place. At that, Zhang Yuan Song gave her a meaningful look. That may not be appropriate. Aren't men forbidden at your place? Mikai quickly interrupted him. Her gaze toward me grew even gentler. It is fine, Uncle. I seem to be able to tolerate him. I have already tested it. Zhang Yuan Song paused. A flash of joy crossed his face. Lin Mo, he really is an exception. That is wonderful. This is truly great news. Kai, have you told your parents? Let us not tell my parents yet. Mikai had deliberately told Zhang Yuansong this. She knew he would support me staying in her place. After all, his niece had finally met a man she could get close to. Sure enough, Zhang Yuansong nodded. No matter what happened between them in the future, at least for now, there was hope that Mikai could overcome her condition. He had always adored this niece. Mikai was exceptional in every way, except for her almost pathological aversion to men. She would not go near men. If she could not overcome this problem, would she not be unable to date anyone? A girl as remarkable as her could not remain unmarried forever. Now, the boy who could save his niece had appeared. How could he not be happy for her? When Mikai saw Zhang Yuansong stay silent, she grew anxious. Uncle, please, say something. Zhang Yuansong gave her an indulgent glare. Why are you in such a hurry? Linmo has not even agreed yet. Then Zhang Yuansong looked at me kindly. Linmo, what do you say? I was really frustrated. What could I say? This was not my home, after all, and I could not afford to offend Mikai. To be honest, she had treated me quite well. Linmo, go on, go. My cousin's place is so quiet, and it is really nice. You can do whatever you want there, and no one will disturb you. Miao spoke with an envious look on her face. Linmo, if we can study at my cousin's place every day, I will be so happy. I nodded. It was Miao's words that finally made me agree. I would continue staying with Mikai, taking things as they came. I said goodbye to Zhang Yuansong and his family. With my backpack slung over one shoulder, I walked gloomily out of the villa. Mikai followed behind me and gave a soft laugh. Do you really dislike staying at my house that much? I looked at her awkwardly. I just do not want to owe anyone favors. Mikai gave me a casual glance. So, you are not worried about owing favors by staying at Yao Yao's house? That is different. I waved the lesson notebook in my hand. I am Yao Yao's tutor. Just then, Mikai suddenly snatched the notebook from my hand. You are my tutor too. Then she opened the car door and got in. Seeing that, I panicked. I chased after her and climbed into the car as well. The driver glanced at me twice, then started the car. Mikai hid my lesson notebook, unmoved no matter how I asked for it back. After Mikai got out, she carried the notebook straight into the villa. I ran after her, shouting, Hey, Mikai, give that back. I chased her to the door, gasping for breath. Do not get angry. Do not stoop to her level. I muttered to myself. Suppressing my anger, I looked at her. Mikai, please give me back my notebook. But Mikai decided to be deliberately unreasonable. Let me have a look. Do not be so stingy. I gritted my teeth in fury, but there was nothing I could do about her. All I could do was patiently coax her. There is nothing interesting in there. It is all basic material. Please, give it back. Mikai huffed. The more you say that, the more curious I get. Mikai refused to return it. She even opened the notebook and examined it page by page. My face filled with anxiety. Oh no, I thought, what if she finds that page? Would she chop me in half? As I was still on edge, Mikai shot me a sit-along glance. Linmo, what is this nonsense you wrote here? Why can I not make any sense of it? I cautiously walked over. When I saw the turtle drawn on the page, my face instantly turned red. Luckily, she had not looked at it closely. I swallowed nervously. Then, while she was not paying attention, I snatched the notebook back. I still need to prepare lessons. I will go back to my room first. Watching me flee in a hurry, Mikai coldly tossed out. Linmo, who gave you the nerve to insult me? Are you not afraid I will teach you a lesson? I stopped in my tracks. I turned and glanced at her. I do not know what you are talking about. With that, I hurried back to my room. Then I slammed the door shut. Mikai must have been angry just now, but she had been so harsh with me before. I had only drawn a turtle on a sheet of paper and written Mikai's name on it. Surely she would not blow up and turn against me over it. After thinking it over, I quickly found the page with the turtle drawing. I tore it out, crumpled it up, and tossed it in the trash. Even if Mikai brought it up later, I would deny it to the bitter end. She had no proof anyway. Linmo, open the door. Mikai's cold voice was firm. She raised her hand and knocked on my door. I am going to rest. We can talk tomorrow. I was still feeling uneasy. Why had she suddenly become so clingy? Open the door, now. I need to talk to you. I heard a trace of impatience in her voice. After hesitating, I opened the door. When I looked up, Mikai was right in front of me. Her beautiful eyes were fixed unblinkingly on me. What is it this time? I secretly hid the hand holding my lesson notebook behind my back. I looked at her with an innocent expression. She gave me a sit-along look. What else could it be? I want you to tutor me, obviously. You are not planning to go back on your promise, are you? I shook my head. Since I promised you, I will keep my word. It is just that, to tutor you, I need to prepare first. Otherwise, with my abilities, I am afraid teaching you will be difficult. But Mikai's voice remained icy. Linmo, will you tutor me or not? Answer me. Her icy glare bore into me, as if she were threatening me. A chill ran down my spine. I was in a bind. I had thought her request for tutoring was just a joke. I had not taken it seriously. I never expected her to mean it. Linmo, are you pretending to be mute now? You make promises, then break them. You have no integrity. How can you teach Yao Yao well like that? That got me worked up immediately. What gives you the right to say I have bad character? I will tell Miao. She will be very interested to hear it. Do not talk nonsense. Mikai shot me an angry glare. You have some nerve, Linmo, talking back to me. Do you still want to keep studying at Biking High? Damn it. What did Mikai mean by that? If I did not become her tutor, would she stop me from studying at Biking High? Did she have that kind of power? Mikai seemed to see the disdain in my eyes. She added, my uncle is on Biking High School's board. My cousin is the director of academic affairs. She made me so angry that I started stammering. You mean, you want to have me expelled? Is that it? Mikai, I never thought you were this kind of person. When had I ever been threatened like this? But I really did not dare offend Mikai. What if I really got expelled? Mikai looked me up and down several times, still talking back. What kind of person am I exactly? Looks like you do not want your scholarship anymore, either. When she used my scholarship to threaten me, I truly lost my temper. What do you mean, Mikai? You know the biggest reason I came to study in biking was that all tuition and fees were waived. As long as I ranked in the top 3 every semester, I could also receive a generous scholarship. What do you mean, saying I do not want my scholarship? Do you want your uncle to revoke my scholarship? I do not have much money to begin with. After thinking it over, I muttered gloomily, if my scholarship is cancelled, there is no point in me studying and biking anymore. If you hate me, senior me, just have me expelled. Mikai reacted as if she had heard a joke. How can I bear to have you expelled? I will not ask my uncle to cancel your scholarship, but I will compete for it. Only the top 3 students get one, right? You are in 3rd place. If I work a little harder, I might just push you out and take a spot in the top 3. With that, Mikai walked out of the room. I had no choice. I went to the study and took out my textbooks, planning to find topics I could tutor her on. Suddenly, a soft chuckle sounded beside my ear. Startled, I whirled around. My lips happened to brush across Mikai's cheek. I stared at her wide-eyed. Mikai, damn it, is it fun playing tricks on me? If you do not want tutoring, just say so. Do not make me waste my time here. I stood up, angrily gathering the pens and notebooks from the desk. I was ready to get away from this pest. But the moment I turned around, Mikai grabbed my arm, then pushed me back toward the chair. Who said I do not want tutoring? Did I not just go get my study materials? Mikai looked at me, a mischievous smile curling at her lips. I was annoyed, but could not vent it. If you mess with me like that again, I will not tutor you anymore. Yes, Teacher Linmo. This student understands. Mikai deliberately put on a cutesy voice, then gave me a playful wink. I rolled my eyes at her, then opened my notebook. In a serious tone, I continued. Let us make this clear first. Tutoring comes with rules. No matter why you are delayed or late, there will be no tutoring that day. Also, I can only tutor you for 1 hour a day. Mikai gave me an okay sign, then pulled over a chair and sat across from me. Yet Mikai could not have cared less about the tutoring. She was only using tutoring as an excuse to make me stay. It was a plan she had been plotting for a long time. An hour quickly passed. When she saw me covering my mouth, unable to stop yawning, Mikai felt a pang of concern for me. Let us stop here for today. It is late, go get some rest. As I packed up my books, I glanced at her. What about you? Are you not going to bed? Mikai flipped through her book while working on problems. I am not sleepy yet. I will read a little longer, then go to bed. Do not worry about me. Go get some rest. Hearing that, I reluctantly said goodbye. All right, good night. Mikai watched me turn to leave. She said softly with a smile. Good night. I was utterly exhausted. The moment I lay down in my room, I fell asleep. In the middle of the night, my stomach suddenly began to hurt. I groggily opened my eyes. I was screwed. Could I have hemorrhoids? Enduring the painful pressure, I went to the bathroom. Damn it. My hemorrhoids really had flared up. I was completely unprepared. What was I supposed to do without any medicine? My stomach hurt terribly. Clutching my stomach, I squatted in the bathroom for ages. Left with no choice, I went to ask Mikai for help. Standing outside Mikai's room, I began to hesitate again. Asking a girl about something like this felt so humiliating. But if I did not ask Mikai for help, how was I supposed to sleep tonight? I still had school tomorrow. I hesitated a little longer, then gritted my teeth and went for it. I knocked on her door. Mikai's cold voice came from inside. Who is it? Gently rubbing my bloated, aching stomach, I said in a trembling voice. Senior me. It is me. The door flew open. The girl in a white bathrobe beyond. Linmo. It is so late. What is it? My stomach hurts. I need your help. Mikai blinked. Your stomach hurts? Why would your stomach hurt? Did you eat something bad? Or catch a chill? Should I call the family doctor? As she spoke, she turned to get her phone. I quickly grabbed her hand. No, doctor. Mikai stared at me in confusion. Look at you. How can we not call a doctor? Stomach pain is no small matter. I am going to call. Really, do not. I held tightly onto her hand, embarrassment flashing across my face. My hemorrhoids are just flaring up. Do you have any hemorrhoid cream? I lowered my head, wishing there were a hole in the floor I could crawl into and hide. Hemorrhoids? Mikai froze. It took her a moment to recover. Why would this villa have hemorrhoid cream? Then what am I supposed to do? Clutching my stomach, I sank to the floor. How about this? I will go buy some for you. Mikai started downstairs. I hurriedly stopped her. Where could you buy it this late? I know a supermarket that is open 24 hours. Wait here. I will be quick. With that, Mikai rushed downstairs. I blankly watched her leave. Then I softly said, Thank you. Sadly, she was already too far away to hear me. After waiting for ages, I finally heard footsteps coming upstairs. Clutching my stomach, I went to meet her. Mikai came running upstairs, out of breath. She handed me a huge black plastic bag. Here, this is for you. Such a huge bag. Completely baffled, I took the enormous bag. I opened it, and holy crap, there were more than 1,000 kinds of hemorrhoid cream. Why did you buy so many? I could not finish these in 10 years. Mikai gave me a mysterious look. There were too many varieties. Some reduce swelling and relieve pain, and others lubricate the bowels and relieve constipation. I could not be bothered listening to the clerk explain them, so I bought one of every kind. See which one works best. Then I will not have trouble choosing next time. There will be a next time. I gave a bitter laugh to myself. Next time, I will be fully prepared for my hemorrhoids to strike. I am going to the bathroom. Thank you, senior me. I smiled at her gratefully, then carried the bag of cream to the bathroom. But Mikai did not return to her room to sleep. She went straight to the study instead. She turned on the computer and searched Baidu for what should men with hemorrhoids watch out for? Why do hemorrhoids cause stomach pain? She simply could not bear to see me in pain. After spending more than 20 minutes reading posts like those, Mikai felt she understood it a little better. Honestly, she had never been this attentive in health class. It turned out that when men have hemorrhoids, most of them get stomach aches. But with proper care, it can be prevented. I squatted in the bathroom for another half hour. Only then did I finally breathe easier. The moment I returned to my room and lay down, a knock sounded at the door. Mikai's graceful voice drifted in. Linmo, come open the door. I had no idea what else she wanted. I got out of bed and opened the door for her. Mikai held out a white porcelain cup. Here, drink this before you go back to sleep. I looked at her, confused. What is this? Mikai gave a faint smile. I just poured you some ice water. Did you not say your stomach hurt? Drink this, then get some sleep. Your stomach should feel better. Under the soft lamplight, Mikai's face looked especially beautiful. Seeing the concern on her face, my heart felt warm. When I drained the cup of ice water in one gulp, Mikai gave me a knowing smile. Go get some sleep. Lying in bed, I did not know whether it was psychological or because of Mikai's ice water, but my stomach felt much better. Sleepiness soon washed over me, and I quickly fell asleep. I woke up very early the next morning, maybe because I had slept well. My mood had improved too. After washing up and getting dressed, I went straight downstairs. The butler was waiting respectfully in the living room. He looked startled when he saw me. Butler, where is Miss Me? Why has she not come down? It is almost 8 o'clock. If we do not hurry, we will be late. Perhaps Miss has not woken up yet. Could you please go wake her, Tutor Lin? The butler was anxious too. Miss was always an early riser. She had never kept anyone waiting like this. Is it all right if I go wake her? Would she be grumpy when she woke up? And was it appropriate for me to enter Mikai's room this early? The butler seemed unconcerned by any of that. Anyway, if you wait any longer, you will both be late. The word late startled me. I could not be late. I had to win this semester's scholarship. With that in mind, I nodded to the butler. I will go wake her now. When I reached Mikai's door, I was about to knock, but found it was not closed at all. With a light push, it swung open. The room was silent. It was much larger than the room I was staying in. Its breathtaking decor nearly left me staring. Mikai's bedroom door was open as well. I quietly slipped inside. The bedroom was spotless. Sunlight lay across Mikai, making her look breathtakingly beautiful. I softly called out, "Senior me," but she lay motionless in bed, still deeply asleep. This girl sure could sleep. She had always risen earlier than me. Why was she sleeping in today? It made no sense. Maybe I had called too softly. "Mikai, senior me, it is time to get up." My voice was like an alarm, blaring straight into Mikai's ears. Her eyes flew open. When she saw me beside her bed, Mikai suddenly smiled, then closed her eyes again. Why am I dreaming about this idiot again? I am not awake yet. I will keep sleeping. I was frantic. You are not dreaming. Why are you still going back to sleep? If we do not get to school soon, we will both be late. So I grabbed Mikai's hand and shook it hard. Mikai, senior me, please, get up already. We are really going to be late. Mikai opened her eyes and glanced at me. Linmo, we are about to be late. Why are you not going to class? What are you doing in my room? I stared at her, speechless. Miss me, I came to wake you up, obviously. It is almost 8 o'clock. Are you not worried about being late? Mikai gave me a leisurely look. Does your stomach still hurt? It does not hurt anymore. A blush instantly rose to my face. My hemorrhoids flared up out of nowhere last night. It was so embarrassing. And senior me had to buy medicine for me in the middle of the night. Yet Mikai was seriously staring at my lower stomach. Did the ice water I made last night help? I looked at her awkwardly. Thank you for last night. I feel much better. Mikai looked at me meaningfully. That is good. I will make you another cup before bed tonight. I quickly snapped out of it. I did not come here to discuss hemorrhoids with you. If you do not get up, we will be late for school. Did she even realize that? I know. Mikai did not even look at me. She pulled the blanket over her head. After all the trouble I caused her last night, now she was too tired to get out of bed. Seeing she still would not get up, I grew anxious. If we waited any longer, we would definitely be late. Thinking of my scholarship this semester, I gathered my courage. I rushed over and yanked the blanket off Mikai. Get up. Linmo, can't you be a little gentler? She was wearing a bathrobe, with her thighs barely visible beneath it. At once, I blushed furiously. She was wearing something so loose. Mikai looked at me with amused eyes. What is wrong? I am wearing clothes, aren't I? My gaze drifted helplessly to her thighs again. Mikai shyly winked at me. Silly Linmo, where are your eyes wandering? Embarrassed and flustered, I took 2 steps back. I really should not stay here any longer. So I turned to flee. But before I could take a step, Mikai's little hand caught hold of me. Linmo,